Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bible Insights. I'm so happy you're here today. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. In our last video, we talked about Proverbs Chapter 1 and how wisdom starts with respecting and trusting God. Today, we're diving into Proverbs Chapter 2. This chapter teaches us the incredible rewards of seeking wisdom and how it protects and blesses our lives. Let's get started. Proverbs chapter 2 begins by showing us that wisdom doesn't just come to us automatically. Verse 1 says, "My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you." This tells us that we have to put effort into gaining wisdom. It's not just about hearing God's word, but also storing it in our hearts and applying it in our lives. The next few verses explain how we should seek wisdom. Verse 4 says, "If you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure." This comparison shows how valuable wisdom is. Just like people work hard to find treasure, we should work hard to gain understanding and knowledge from God. And the result? Verse 5 promises, "Then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God." The chapter also reminds us that God is the ultimate source of wisdom. Verse 6 says, "For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding." When we seek wisdom, we're not doing it alone. God is ready to give us his guidance, but we need to be willing to listen to him and obey his commands. One of the blessings of wisdom is protection. Verses 7 and 8 say, "He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless. For he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones." When we live wisely and follow God's path, he shields us from harm and helps us avoid dangerous situations. Verses 10 to 15 explain how wisdom protects us from making bad choices. It says, "Wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you." This means wisdom helps us recognize what is right and wrong. It guides our decisions and keeps us away from people or situations that could harm us. The chapter specifically warns about avoiding the wrong crowd. Verses 12 to 15 talk about people who speak twisted words and leave the straight path to walk in darkness. Wisdom helps us see their ways for what they are, harmful and dangerous. The chapter also warns against being led astray by temptation. In verses 16 to 19, it talks about avoiding the adulterous woman or anyone who tries to lure us away from God's path. While the warning focuses on sexual sin, the message applies to any kind of temptation. Wisdom helps us stay strong and make choices that honor God, even when temptation seems appealing. Proverbs chapter 2 ends with a beautiful promise. Verses 20-22 encourage us to stay on the path of the righteous. It says, "Thus you will walk in the ways of the good and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it." This means that those who follow wisdom will be blessed. They will enjoy peace, safety, and the lasting rewards of a life lived in God's way. But those who choose wickedness will face destruction. So, what's the key message of Proverbs chapter 2? Wisdom is worth seeking. When we search for it with all our hearts, God blesses us with understanding, protection, and peace. Wisdom keeps us on the right path and helps us avoid harm and temptation. That's all for today's video. What part of Proverbs chapter 2 stood out to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. In our next video, we'll dive into Proverbs chapter 3, which is filled with even more amazing wisdom, including the famous verse, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart." So make sure you're subscribed to Bible Insights and have the notification bell turned on. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay wise and take care.